from glitter boots to builder boots. Festival styles got a brand new route. It's renovation styled. First home glow, turning old bricks into something whoa. He's the tools, she's the vibe. New love, do walls, DIY drive. Click subscribe, come step inside. We're bringing this old place back to life.
I made a little bit of a mistake because this wall, I didn't spend that long on it, but it didn't need taking off at all, because if you bang on the plaster, I mean, to me, oh yeah, there we go. This one makes like a hollow sound. That means the plaster's blown. So because the roof has been leaking for like the past 10-15 years while this house has been derelict, obviously right now it's summer, you can't tell how much water's got into the plaster. It doesn't smell, and like there's only a tiny bit, I think a little bit of black mold you can see here, but apart from that the room's relatively like doesn't smell and there's not a lot of mold, but there will be in the winter. And obviously we want to replaster because it's not really healthy to be in here if it's had a lot of water absorb into it. This side looks less bad. We did reveal a few cracks, which I don't know, that's not like that scary. There's one on this side which is probably worse, but we think this might just be the plaster, probably just the plaster. It's just on like an internal stud wall. We did have our first injury, which makes me kind of scared because obviously in this middle bit of the floor here, we used to have the wardrobes up against here that were like, they weren't built in, but they were obviously like permanently put there. I'll show you, you can see in the carpet where the wardrobes were, and then behind them obviously the walls missing paint. But Ian demolished these wardrobes, they're actually in the hall now. We've got a little collection there. We're not sure whether we're going to get a skip or we're going to try and find someone on Facebook that might come and collect it all and take it away for a cheaper price. Or we can take it to the tip-in carloads, maybe a trailer. But the issue is that my car doesn't have a tow truck and I'm not putting stuff in the back of my nice new converted camper. And Ian's van classes as a commercial one, so it's not allowed at the normal tip. So we're going to have to borrow a trailer, but it has to be only single wheel trailer because my mum and dad's trailer is too big to take to the tip as well. This is the pile of like some other stuff that's been demolished, and it has nails. I'm saying we've had our first injury because Ian actually trod on a nail and it went through his shoe into the bottom of his foot. He looked like he'd been crucified. It was actually horrible. We put Germaline on it, so I'm hoping that he doesn't get like lead poisoning or something. So you know what, I'm going to show you the downstairs, don't judge us, but I'll show you the fuse box as well, which is what he was trying to get to when he trod on the nail. So this is the lovely pile for the skip. It's looking very much like a building site. Not gonna lie, I feel like I don't really get like overwhelmed. For stuff like this, I'm really not that arsed. Like the only thing that I worry about, and maybe this might be the cause of why Ian's not feeling very well at the moment, is like breathing in toxins. But like in terms of it just being messy, and like you guys have seen my room, I'm really not that arsed. Like as long as we've got, well, we're not living here yet anyway, I'd rather just bash it all out. Because Ian is a builder, I just feel like I can rely on him for like what we need to do next and breaking it down. At least like we're not completely lost, because even if there's something that he doesn't know how to do, he still knows it needs doing. Whereas if I was doing a project like this on my own, I wouldn't even know what needs doing. And at that point is when like you get ripped off by people, because you'll get advice from different people and they'll tell you stuff, and like you know, like people try and scam you just to get you to pay for stuff. But yeah, so basically, this is the fuse box over here. Let me not tread on a nail, but some of it is a little bit melted, so we're trying to avoid like leaving that on when we're not here. Obviously, we're gonna get a full rewire and everything, so eventually, not eventually, but like pretty soon, we're gonna just turn all the wires off, and we're probably just gonna have one extension cable from like one port, which we know is fine. And in the meantime, all the walls will get demolished, taken down, back to brick on a lot of stuff, and we're just gonna have to use an extension cable at that point. But for now, the lights do work, which is good, because for filming it could be a bit dark otherwise. But let's go back upstairs. Just filming this update has made me realise why my wrist's been hurting, because I was like, I've not done anything repetitive, and it was definitely using that scraper. Which, side note, where's the scraper? This is a really good scraper. It's definitely not the cheapest one, because I know if you cheap out on the scraper it's probably a lot harder, but this is a nice one. I'm just heating up the steamer for the next room because I did switch. Basically, at first, I watched this painter and decorator's video, and he said you just peel off the outside bit of the wallpaper, and then the glue, like the inside layer of it, you can spray with warm water, let it sit, and then it should slide off. So I did that, and this wallpaper was quite old, so I don't think it had the same thing he was talking about with the top film and the inside film. So I ended up just using the steamer eventually for the hard bits, which does work well. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to get it out of this box because it was like £34, but we're going to need it for all the rooms in the house. Let's heat this up, let's get going on room 2 and I'll show you the process. I have a few comments on the last video saying that I don't need to speak as fast on YouTube, but guys, I'm just so used to overlapping audio, so let me know if you want it to be the same style as TikTok. To me, it just sounds weird if I go slower. I could also just put music over these gaps, but I feel like for me, I just like putting a YouTube video on with lots of yap in it. This room was actually as easy as the first bedroom, but at the end of this video, we're going to go downstairs and it gets so much harder. There's a different type of wallpaper downstairs. Maybe this room's just been a little bit more rotten because I'll show you on the other side above the window. I had this black stuff fall on top of my face and I don't know whether it was mould or not. You might be able to hear in my voice right now I'm feeling ill, but I think it's because Ian had the flu while we were doing the first week of renovation, so maybe it's passed on to me. Hoping it's not breathing in anything dodgy from the steamer. I don't really feel like ill, it's more just like blocked nose and like a bit of a sore throat because I'm breathing through my mouth at the moment as I sleep. This is the bit with like the black stuff above it. It was a little bit too like powdery, I feel like, for mould. Guys, I think I've finished this room de-wallpapering, although we've discovered something very sad. The ceiling is obviously wallpapered, so that's going to have to be done later because I'm not trying to hurt my back doing that. I was a little bit scared in this corner because, I don't know if you can see there, it looks like black mould. Apparently it's just soot from when the ceiling was lowered, and like obviously these houses used to have soot fireplace or coal fireplaces. But yeah, the steamer did drop below the minimum amount of water you meant to have in it right as I got to this last bit, which is basically like baking paper under the mirror, and clearly the mirror's been there for longer than the wallpaper because it has like a painted area around it and the paint is really thick, it's like a lacquer. But this wall over here where all the wardrobes are leaning against it, apparently we don't need to remove that wallpaper because that wall's going to get completely replastered. So I think we're done. We just need to collect all of this lovely paper off the floor, but my stunning boyfriend is in here. He's got a bucket and we've got we've got a dustpan and brush as well to make it quicker. We just went and bought these buckets, but we think with the paper we can just put it in the normal paper and we might not even have to go to the tip with it, and it's going to be quite satisfying collecting it all together, I think. Before tell you how long I actually spent trying to separate these two buckets. They stick together so tight, but I do recommend getting them if you are doing a renovation, because I probably would have put all of this wallpaper into bin bags, but obviously it's a lot more environmentally friendly just to empty buckets into the bin. And if the bin man sees this, no, we're not putting wallpaper in the normal waste bin, but we do have a skip coming in a bit at the end of this video where we're going to be putting more of like rubbish that can't be recycled. My biggest fear on this was actually touching spiders because there were so many spiders in the corner with the window, and you'll see in a second in the other room that Ian was clearing, we found the biggest spider on the ground. I don't think I actually got a clip where you can see the spider, but he was throwing it out the window in this next clip. It was so scary. This is the after, but I think we're gonna go get some food now because it's like 4:30 and we don't want to leave here during rush hour, so I'm gonna walk, get food, and then we're gonna do a few more rooms and then drive back when rush hour's happening, or when rush hour's over. It's so hot today and that wallpaper steamer was making it into like a steam room, but we're just gonna put the paper in the general waste because that's when the next bin collection is. I am really paranoid about mould, and that soot in the top corner, like once like I get in my head I've been exposed to mould, I like start to like overthink it, like health paranoia, and I'm thinking like now it's on my clothes, like I don't want to touch anything that I touch like is going to be contaminated. I can't eat, I can't drink because then I'm going to be consuming it. But like I need to chill because Ian says that he works with it every single day, and it's, well, not every day, but like in work all the time, and it's okay, but I'm just scared, I just don't like it. I've been googling like soot versus candle, soot versus mould pictures, and like I don't think it is mould because it didn't have spore bits, it was just a line of it hanging on top of the wallpaper, so it looked as if it was like soot through the ceiling. I'm praying, like, otherwise, because some of it went in my hair, some of it went in my eyes, but it did fall down like sooty rather than like mould would be more stuck to the walls, I feel like. I don't know, it's all over me. We've got a booking in to get like the gas put in this corner here. New gas is gonna go. Yeah, there's nails. I'm scared. But under here there was like some broken glass. We're not really. What was it? Just like laid down broken, or was it?
There'll be all sorts of this for it's an old house, and we'll see what we can find.
Well, we found a TV remote, a Bluetooth speaker packet, empty.
Fascinating.
Great content.
Yeah. Get Mannion to take off the rest of this wall.
It's gonna just start to look like a complete building site. And also I was thinking today that we probably should just make a decision about the orientation of the rooms and just go with it, rather than like, because I'm thinking like nothing that we decide is going to be right. At some point we're going to have to just decide we want it that way.
I think we've got a base idea, haven't we?
Yeah.
Just, no hallway.
Because I'm thinking there's going to be some magic thing that someone else can tell me that is right.
Yeah, so I reckon keep this room open.
Can we like hide the nips? Because if you put your hands over your nipples while you speak, yeah. Because just in case it gets flagged. And if it's a bit of a weird angle.
Just
Okay, yeah.
So
Maybe like I can't walk around with my top off.
Yeah, well, it's double standards, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah, big room with like entrance room with like nice furniture and like put your coats and stuff.
Mhm.
In here, I think we're gonna say toilet at the back on this wall and the soil pipes there. So if we have to put the toilet here and box in against that wall, the soil pipe it should be able to run.
And that's not going to be a sunny flow then, or will it still be?
No.
Proper.
Get rid of the solid flow. Toilet running in there. Try and get this pillar. You probably won't be able to take it all the way back, but maybe like I don't know, to like 2 bricks. And then steel this.
And it'll be inside the cabinets, not inside, but like it'll be in line with the kitchen.
Yeah,
downstairs.
so it won't be too noticeable.
Yeah.
And then steel across from here all the way to here. So it's probably about there, I reckon.
Yeah, so that'll be all open plan
You're
there.
almost doubling your opening here, and then kitchen along the back. I think you're right, kitchen along the back there.
But then this, you know, so that's where the toilet, so the kitchen would start here, the toilet would be there. It's not very open plan that.
This here is going to go.
That's going to be got. So we've discovered actually in the kitchen, this is where the stairs from the other side here go down.
It looked quite cool, but I think you're right, you could get.
Because I was just saying that if we got rid of this wall here and had like open plan stairs over this open kitchen, when you walk into the house, rather than just walking into a dark room and going into the open plan area, it's way more stunning if you can see the open plan area.
But how do you support this? No, you need either side of a steel, you need a support, don't you?
Yeah.
So like where's the... And this is a fucking weird shape, so depends which way the joists are going.
Yeah, so what we'd have to take a seat.
Normally they go side to side in the house.
Yeah.
These ones are going. These ones are going this way. Is that opposite to the floorboards?
We've just come back from our walk and I had a toasty, but I really want to have one of my cookies with a cup of tea, so I've decided I really didn't want to use this kettle because it scared me, but the water's going to be boiled anyway. Yeah, there's definitely a crack in that kettle, but I think it's boiled. And I'm just using the stuff that I had from the camper van, like my tea, Earl Grey tea and powdered milk. Can't believe someone's donated it with a crack in it, that's so annoying. This powdered milk is not really nice in coffee, but it is, like, it's fine in tea. It's not good for like frothing milk. Look at the colour of it, I don't know if you can see that, it's like yellow. Put a sprinkle in there. Don't even have anything to stir it with. But I don't know why I'm having a hot drink now because it's absolutely boiling. I just had to take my trousers off, it's so hot. I was like in the long trousers and they were dark and I was sweating, so I just wanted to drink after my cooking. I think we're going to try and strip one more room and then we're going to go to the Trafford Centre because Ian needs to get a new phone. So especially so he can record videos, because he was recording videos on this phone yesterday and I deleted them because I thought they were with my wallpaper stripping videos, and it causes issues with him not having a phone because he can't promote his business as well. So he needs to get a new one because he's been using like a broken iPhone 5 for a while, but we will catch up with you and give you an update on the renovation too. We moved to decide to remove the dishwasher right before we left because Ian was like, let me just switch the water on, and then we needed a bucket instantly and there was water all over the floor because it wasn't disconnected. But after this we swiftly abandoned the project. That was enough for this day. A nice little break in the Trafford Centre, and if you're from near Manchester and you're vegan, make sure you try the Dolce Vita place in the food court because they do vegan waffles with dark chocolate and strawberry. It's my favourite. I've had it like 3 times now and it's massive, so I always bring a box away with me and then eat it the next few days. It's my little happy dance. I feel like with the renovation you need to get the calories back in. Boiling the kettle to fill the wallpaper stripper up, but however, so obviously when you come into this room, at the moment you've got the front door to the back room here, which is what we want to do open plan. The issue is that the open plan is not going to be that open because you've got your stairs here, whichever side you enter, you're never going to get to see the whole room. You're just going to kind of go into like a band, like a L-shaped band, because obviously we can't get rid of where the stairs are if we keep it at this layout. So basically you're always going to have this like room which doesn't feel fully open because there's the stairway in the middle of it. My mum's just come up with this idea that because this front room here is a bit random anyway, it's a bit small, the front door comes into it, what we could do is we could move the staircase here so it'll be coming up into the front bedroom. Then the whole back section, staircase will be gone, and you can put a wall or a door here, and you can just have one big rectangle back there, which also means that this space here would be made part of the open plan, so the conservatory wouldn't be as it is now, because essentially, unless you bring the conservatory joining with one of those rooms back there, all we're doing is making the conservatory into more of a proper building rather than just a greenhouse. And it would be the same size. And like for a converted kitchen, dining room, living room, like where the main hub of the house is, it's not that wide unless you make it join with the other rooms. Like it wouldn't feel that big, it would be quite cramped actually. Essentially all we'd be doing is just moving this kitchen into this room and making this more of a proper roof, which I personally think like it's not going to be the feel and like the increase in value of the house that we want. However, if you bought this, got rid of this wall, got rid of the stairs, and it was all joined together in one big room, then this room here, you could actually, because obviously this room doesn't have a lot of, this part of the room doesn't get light, you could actually put a wall here, make this like your laundry pantry, wall this off so it's all part of this. This room here could be your actual like wintertime front room when you don't want to heat or sit in the big glass one. Here could either be like a boots room, let us know whether you think that would be good, or it could be, I think, like a gym. And I think if it was a gym here, it would be good because you could have like glass panelling here, so it's a bit of a corridor for the front door, so you're not just walking into a gym. But with the glass panelling, you'd still get the light from the window. I did from my mum, and he speaks to an architect and ask them to like redraw those plans. The only issue is then these stairs here don't have a window, so they would be quite dark. But Ian will be able to build stairs. It's just a very big structural thing to talk about, what walls would need removing and what supports would need putting in. So that's one idea, but I do think we need to radically rethink where the stairs are, because the stairs are so central to the house. To be able to make it so that the left and right aren't divided and that like there's some form of like big open space, it's just not going to work with those stairs. And like actually it would increase the space upstairs. I'll show you where the stairs would go. If they were moved there, would be coming up into this side of this room. This room would still be a relatively big guest room, even if part of it was eating into the stairs, because guest rooms don't need to be that big. And then because the stairs that are here would be gone, this would become all flat. So basically, you'd have a smaller room there and you'd have a whole extra room here. So it actually would increase the value of the house because you'd have 4 bedrooms. And then this bathroom can stay the same size. And originally we were thinking of moving like this weird staircase into one of these rooms. But if we were just moving all the stairs to here, we could just have like, because apparently with building regs now, you've got to have stairs that like go round. You could just have the stairs going up the full length of the house, up to the next floor as well. So these rooms would stay the same, which that means these rooms get to stay big. You only have to have stair issues in this room. And it just opens up the back. So I'm going to speak to Ian about that when he gets here, but he's not feeling very well at the moment. So in the meantime, let's strip some wallpaper downstairs, because right now there's no point in stripping the wallpaper in this room, which is the last room upstairs. I've not done it yet. So excited to start steaming this heat. This is it before. The wallpaper looks like it's going to come off extremely easily because it's already like hanging off. I just think, let's get going with it. Because I obviously went and got PPE stuff, which I did a vlog doing after the whole mould gate earlier. I'm now doing a full goggles and everything. I don't really need them in the downstairs, I don't think, because there doesn't seem to be any mould, but we may as well. I use gloves. I mean, it's hard to use gloves when you're trying to like get your fingers under the paper. And like, I don't really want to use this mask now because you have to throw it away after each use. Yeah, I think I'm just going to start off in this room, not with all of this extra stuff, because it looks pretty fine. And if I see anything dodgy, we'll be putting that on straight away. But look, where's the wallpaper stripper? I think it's in the other room. The toxic trait, and I think I get this from my mum, is that once I start something, and Ian said this, like he'll come in and he knows there's no point talking to me. I get so locked in. Like it was literally like 28 degrees this day. I was locked in, didn't open the windows because I was like so focused on doing the wallpaper stripping, did the whole thing with the windows closed. I basically just like hotboxed myself. I turned the whole room into a sauna. I sweat so much. It's fine because I'm living in these workout sets. I probably should get some more scruffy clothes because I actually do wear these to the gym, but I feel like it's just an easy thing to wear. I get them on TikTok shop. If you want to go on my TikTok and find them, they're really, really comfy. Just size up in them because they are an Asian brand. I wear like a size large in them. But yeah, super, super comfy, and it's fine to sweat in them. Just getting around to the front wall, which doesn't need to come off. It's about to go below the minimum line, but I don't know whether you're actually meant to refill them while they're on. I think it said let it cool down for a bit first. Obviously we don't have running water right now, so we're having to refill these bottles. I'm going to boil this and pour it in, but I might burn myself. Maybe I should stop. Ian's on his way now anyway, and I'm struggling because there's not enough plug sockets close to the wall for me to move the steamer to. But tomorrow we'll get an extension cable, and this bottom stuff is coming off without steam anyway. Ugh, it's all like red behind it. So the result of the fact that I get so locked in is that I then become like hyperactive. So you might have noticed that I start speaking really fast. I'm not sure what you would call that. And then I forgot that I was not meant to be taken off this front wall anyway, because Ian is going to be banging in all the plastic because it's blown.
And this is where we're going to put our Christmas tree.
How are you going to have a seating area and a Christmas tree? Are you having like a raised Christmas tree?
Like a bay.
Yeah, is it going to be empty? I thought it was going to have seating on it.
Yeah, but you push the bay out quite far, and then the whole seating area isn't like up to here. It's like
around the edge.
Around the edge, yeah. So if you've been naughty, that's where you have to go and sit.
I've always had like a plastic Christmas tree, and it's not been like a little short one with a window. So like Christmas to me doesn't feel like that. Like I like plastic, otherwise it's not Christmassy.
Yeah, we all hate Barbie, don't we?
No, we love Barbie.
Yeah. We're gonna go over.
Right, you can hold that one there for a second. I'm just gonna move the stairs. Oh, these are heavy.
We've both had the discussion about it, and it's a lot more work and a lot more money. We really wanted a big open plan area, so we're going to keep the front of the house cottage, traditional kind of style, but towards the back where it opens up into the garden where the conservatory is, big open plan, nice and light. And the issue at the moment is this staircase is bang in the middle of the house. So the plan is basically we need a big steel running all the way across the width of the back of the house, and then two adjoining steels which take up the two walls either side. What we need to check is how much load these walls are bearing. So basically we need to see if the floor joists are running across into them or they're going this way into the house. So we're not sure about that yet, and we need to speak to a structural engineer, but realistically that is the layout that we'd like. And if we're going to do it, we might as well do it now.
Right guys, I'm absolutely covered in little bits of the wallpaper thing, and we don't have any running water to wash my hands, but I have removed a lot of these walls. The minimum line of the steamer is like nearly at that point, so I need to stop and refill it, but we're getting there. Just up here needs to be done, and then obviously I'll move into this room here. Obviously you will have seen that Ian is on board with the idea that my mum had. So the next step is to find a structural engineer and then get quotes for the steel works and see if we can find any builders that would do it for us. I think it's going to be hard to get people to fit us in before it becomes winter, because obviously people are booked up, but let's just manifest, fingers crossed, that we can find someone to do that. If anyone's got any contacts, obviously we're going to be filming it all, it'll be good promotion. Please pass this video on to anyone and hopefully we can find some good people. But yeah, we're going to go on a walk now and have a look around the local area. Oh, my sister's calling me. She's actually a structural engineer. I was going to ask her. Hi, Abs.
Hey girl, did you call me?
Yeah, I was just calling to ask you a question about what sort of structural plans you can do and whether you can do calculations for the steel work in our house.
Yeah, probably can do.
8:45 right now. We're losing energy, but I'm going to try and do one more wall. Ian's going to be back here at 9 AM because we've got a skip, the first skip coming, and I think we're going to put the stuff in from that room and then also take apart the kitchen. Obviously, we've had a big change of plans today. My sister's a structural engineer, so obviously you saw I answered the phone to her before. She said she'll come down and help us do the measurements and calculations, but that's not until the 29th or 26th of July. So until then, we wanted to take this all back to brick, do all the demolition, so that when we do get the steels ordered, and I think we need to apply for building control, that at least the downstairs is just ready to go at that point. But yeah, still these walls are going to be the same, so I'm going to take the wallpaper off them anyway. Grateful that Ian was on board with the plan of moving the stairs. I feel like we are pretty much on the same page with every single thing that we've had to decide in the house so far. He's finally decided he's going to help me. I'm really, really tired. I've got nothing left. In the respect that I can do the content, he can obviously do more of the housing project, so we're a pretty good team. Obviously, it's a big adjustment having a project where in our normal everyday evenings we would just be spending time watching TV and chilling out, so it has taken a lot of energy this week, especially because Ian's been ill and it's just like all new to us. But in respect of the house, we've got so much in common in terms of taste. Like, we both love like traditional like character in houses, and we've both grown up with that. So I'm really excited to see what we come up with this place, and I'm glad that we're both on board with trying to do this steel project, because I honestly think if you're going to do the big open plan space, you want to do it before you move in, because you do not want to be living in somewhere with the back of the house removed. It would be so cold and dusty, especially over the winter. And I've already started calling up steel companies, and I think we actually might be looking get fitted in. I'm staying optimistic. I don't want to put like a boundary on myself of thinking like, oh, we'll never be able to find a good builder who can fit us in soon, because you just never know. People have clients drop out or like random things get delayed, so fingers crossed for us. But this is the skip arriving. Carry on these walls. I'm just going to fill the kettle and we'll turn the steam. Day marked officially 7 days since we collected our keys, and it is the first big demolition day with a skip, because the rest of the stuff has been just collecting in the front room up until then. I think that's not even going to go in the skip, it's too big at the moment. Today was the first day that we had a labourer to help, which is actually Ian's friend, and he was in charge of carrying stuff out to the skip. It was so hot this day as well. Ian made such good progress considering he's been ill for the past few days. He bashed out about a week's worth of work in one day. This is the kitchen before it gets removed. You're going to see in a clip in the next part what it's like after we removed a load of walls, because we wanted to see what was under the plasterboards in this area, see how much brick there is, see what's like the under the stairs is looking like. And from someone who doesn't know anything about houses, I was shocked at what actually holds houses together. Like, it looks scary, especially with the old building regulations. Obviously now we're going to have to put steels in, which are apparently like the equivalent of what skyscrapers use. Like, it's pretty sturdy. But this under the stairs area, it was just like bits of wood with nails in it. I was like, I can't believe that holds up the entire house. Maybe it's not, but yeah, Ian was pulling that bit apart. And in terms of moving the stairs, obviously we need calculations, but Ian will be able to do the carpentry on the new stairs, so that should save us a little bit of money. Today might be the reason why my throat's hurting now, because I definitely inhaled a little bit of dust. It was the end of the 7th day.
Made the hole a bit bigger, and we're just digging down to find the foundations, because there's a bit of a slope at the back and probably down nearly a metre. We still haven't found anything, so we just got to keep going down. Found the drain from the old back of the house, because the old back door is just here. This is the old back door, and this has been opened up afterwards. So because all the support for the steel beam is going to be in this corner, and at the minute there's loads of holes in the brickwork. So someone's put this in. I guess it was an old where the old drain from the kitchen was. So we need to keep digging down.
So were you expecting something different than what you found?
No, it's just been filled with builder's sand and pea gravel.
That's not the strongest.
No, it needs to be earth that's not been dug before. So ideally we're looking for clay, and once we've got that, unless there's a huge foundation underneath, but these old Victorian homes weren't really laid on concrete. They normally just do like a double thickness brick at the bottom of the wall and then build up from there.
Yeah. So you're just not able to get down far enough yet?
Not yet, no. So like the deeper the hole, the more room you need. So I've just been slowly cutting the floor back. Also, this is a nightmare to pull up. It's all glued down, this vinyl floor. So I think what we're going to end up doing is just cutting the vinyl floor and the board underneath it and just ripping it out that way. Sections. It's so much quicker.
I know you're going to keep these beams on, put new ones in.
We'll probably use like the bottom of some of these look a bit suspect. I mean, it's not that amount of timber isn't crazy expensive.
And they're not supporting the house.
Yeah, what is it? I reckon it'd be like 400 quid just for the floor joists. And all these old boards, they're a bit. It's seen a bit of water, hasn't it? Like,
yeah.
It's just.
Because judging by the roof, we think like you can see little run marks here.
Yeah, it's fine now. It's been chucking it down all day, and there's no water at all, which is a really good sign.
Yeah.
And that the gutter on that roof is leaking onto this one, so it's pretty sealed in here. But at some point there has been some water in here, you can tell. So.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you. So that's the end of the first week vlog. We're going to be ripping the floor up now. Obviously Ian's already started it. I'm going away tomorrow. You're really busy this week as well. Yeah,
I'm really busy with work, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get much done here, to be honest.
Yeah, so we'll be back in the next few weeks with another YouTube video. Bye.
See ya.